gorgeous, beautiful, divine, intuitive. I'm a talking picture as usual, but hang on a second and I shall appear. Good afternoon. It's Tiffany here, Tiffany Crisara, your friendly inner transformation specialist, courage catalyst, boho CEO of the Transformational Truth of Tarot, which is a game and book that you will see behind me. And today I'm here. Hello out there. I'm here to talk to you about something quite dear to my heart, and I reckon it may be dear to your heart too. I can see some people joining, so please do say hello in the chat box. What am I here to talk to you about today? I'm here to talk to you about a brand new International Awareness Day. And I'm wondering if any of you here know what I'm talking about, because we've got amazing movements going on at this time. We have Me Too, Black Lives Matters, Asian awareness, LGBTQ. Can you think of any more? Put them in the chat box if you can think of any more. But you know what I've noticed over my lifetime of being an intuitive is that, hello, Lisa, 1111, feels very aligned. You've got it. All will be explained. I've jumped a little bit. Let me come back a minute. In my life of being an intuitive, I have realized that like when you're an intuitive, I mean, a lot of my clients don't want to come out the closet. For instance, I call it the spiritual closet. We don't want to come out of the spiritual closet because of what the world might think of us. That's only one facet of the complexity of being an intuitive in the world. There's a couple more I can think of, and if you can think of any more, please let me know. Put them in the chat box. But the other ones I have come to see a complexity of is not just the misunderstanding in the external world, but also the misunderstanding in ourselves, because I'll tell you in a minute. You're just going to have to trust me for now. So that's number 2. So we've got the misunderstanding from the personal world, such as our relatives, our friends, our community. We fear that they're going to misunderstand us and that they're going to judge us. But there is also number 2 out of 3, which is that we're quite difficult to understand. It's quite difficult to understand yourself when you're intuitive. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the witch hunt is still on in society. So it was only 1952, I think, that the Witchcraft Act got abolished after Helen Duncan. Some of you might have heard of her. She was a physical mediumship, which means she produced ectoplasm, and she got raided and put into prison. And they tried to throw everything at her, and when they couldn't, they brought up the Witchcraft Act, and it was after that it got abolished, and then the Fraudulent Mediums Act came in, which has been like a little too loose. So we've been like this pendulum swinging, and although the Witchcraft Act got abolished in, I'm sure it's 1952. Don't quote me on it. Check it out, because I'm doing it from my rusty old memory. But it's like things have got more sophisticated. It's a bit like racism and, oh my goodness, when was it that Martin Luther King said that he had a dream? Was it 1953 even? It must have been around the same time. And it's not gone. It's not abolished, it's just morphed. It's just changed over the years. And that's exactly what is going on here. So we might not be burnt at the stake anymore, but So many bank accounts, for instance, business bank accounts, and PayPal, WorldPay, Global Payments, you name it. Like we're becoming a cashless society, but all the cashless societies are kind of saying in their terms that if you do this kind of work, you can't have an account. Okay, so those are three very good reasons that I have decided that we need an International Intuitive Raising Awareness Day. And as Lisa has said in the comments, it is on 11/11. Okay, in the USA, that is Armistice Day. Over here, it depends. If it falls on a Sunday one year, it's going to be what we call Remembrance Sunday. However, there is also a link with war that is quite deep and quite profound, and I can't go into it on this live, but if you want to know more, you can get my second book, The Transformational Truth of You, which goes into 11/11 war and the link with manifesting in this world and being in a co-creative, divine, intuitive partnership with the universe. So there is a link. Plus, I have a very special guest coming, I believe, still to be confirmed, but Ochen Danielle, who is a child of war and an intuitive, a child of war in the Congo, and now works for War Child, which is the charity we support. So there is a link with it, and there's no accident in the timing of it. At first, people were a bit like, but I was like, no, I'm trusting this is the timing. And thank you, Lisa. She's saying it feels very aligned. So that is going to be our first ever International Intuitives Raising Awareness Day. And I am gathering 22 speakers because a month ago, just over a month ago, on May the 11th, I gathered 11 speakers for you, and we did a little raising awareness pre-event. Some of you joined that day, and it was amazing. They all shared about what it was like to be an intuitive. 11 experts, some of them didn't even know each other, but one resounding message came out of it. And that one resounding message that came out of it was that as intuitives, we do not understand how much we pick up from others, just how much. We may have some understanding, but it goes far deeper than that. And that was the one resounding important message, was that we have to really become aware of that. And I think when we do understand that, we will be able to rise a lot more. Yes, I feel like we are not really connected yet. We haven't really got that movement going yet. I don't know if any of you have seen Pride. It's the movie. Definitely watch it if you haven't seen it. It's one of the most inspirational movies there are, about Mark Ashton, who was the guy who started the movement Pride, got the laws changed, and what he did was incredible. He went to support from the miners in Wales, who were very homophobic at the time. But it just goes to show what you can do, how you can bring together seemingly disparate, impossible, separate worlds and foster the understanding and get the world changed. But I don't want it to be in a place of pushing. That's not what it's here for. That is something to ripple out with. The real purpose of International Intuitives Raising Awareness Day is for us to understand ourselves, because if we don't understand ourselves, then how are we going to make the world understand us, right? So I just wanted to come on and say that between now and then, at this time weekly, I will be bringing you one of the speakers. So you will get to meet the 22 speakers over the next 22 weeks. Okay. And then when it comes to the actual event, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at putting online and offline. So you will be able to get an online ticket anywhere you are in the world. You'll be able to access the online day, and there'll be a group, and that group will stay open for the week. So it doesn't matter if you can't make the timing of it either. But if you're like, you know what, I'm done with being online, I really want to meet some intuitives and in person after lockdown, and in an amazing, beautiful place in the world, then I'm looking at combining it with my Bath Game Changer event so that you can come to Bath and have a spa weekend, do the Roman tours of the bath. It would all be included, and also have a game changer night as well in Bath. So it would become like a 2-night, 2-day special. There will be more information on that as we go forward, but right now, Lisa, that's awesome. I'm so pleased that you think it sounds amazing and you'd love to participate. Great timing, because I was just going to say, if you want to kind of get into this, if you want to also get the early bird, so when we first launch it, you will get the cheapest tickets to everything, then if you click the link above, it will tell you not only what capiche means, because being intuitive might give us some struggles, but it also gives us capiche. And okay, you're probably there thinking, I know what capiche means, Tiff. It means understanding. True. But what I mean by capiche, if you click on the link capiche, it's in this post, you can register on the wait list to get the early bird when we're ready to launch and open the doors. Okay, capiche? The link is up there. And I will be back this time next week with the beautiful, wonderful Michelle Emery Henshaw. Some of you will have caught her talk before. She's already been one of our speakers. And Michelle, if you haven't, she's a life path design mentor and an intuitive. And we really bond because this is something else that came up as well in the synchronicities of the speakers. The majority of us have been only children. It's not the same for all of us, but we've all had to kind of be in our own worlds because we've been only children that have been needing to look after ourselves. And if you've been a Jehovah's Witness, if you've had that in your background, or you've come from a family of mental health disorders, or broken families, or you're an only child and you're an intuitive in particular, I mean, this is open to any intuitives, but if you have those things in your background, you are really going to resonate with mine and Michelle's talk next week, because we really do meet on that level. We have a lot of similarities there, and we will be sharing about how we think that has made us so intuitive and how to clear the traumatic side of that so that your intuitive gifts can shine in the world rather than you feel shame or being told you're weird. You are weird, but that is wonderful, because weird means connected to fate. So you're wonderful, and you're equal as well. So you're not evil. Thankfully, I haven't been called that for a while, but I have been. And so it's time to clear all of those misunderstandings and those prejudices and look at the gift that we've had in these trials and tribulations throughout our past lives and beyond. If you believe in that, I, for one, do. might not know, but I'm a past life regressionist. I didn't believe it until I had a spontaneous past life that was totally provable. That made me train. So basically, that's what I'm saying. If you want to hear more about this world, then come back as well next week and see Michelle and I share some pretty vulnerable, probably intense truths, but from an empowered place and a place that empowers you as an intuitive. And if you want to know more and keep in the loop, then go to the link. Capiche? Awesome. Lots of love to you. Bye for now.